Hi, I want to tell you why you should be carrying uninsured motorist coverage if you're not already. For many of us, our car insurance premiums are some of our biggest monthly bills, and we'd be willing to do almost anything to lower them. Were I not a lawyer, I would not know that it's important to carry uninsured motorist coverage as part of my car insurance. So in Louisiana, as we all know, we're required to carry minimum liability insurance, usually $15,000, to compensate others for the damage that we cause if we create an accident due to our own negligence. What a lot of people don't know is that when we're signing up for car insurance and we're handed all these forms and we just kind of sign them, which is very normal, without reading them, which is very typical even for lawyers, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret. We do it too. One of the things we often sign is called an uninsured motorist rejection form. So in Louisiana, we have uninsured motorist coverage already on our car insurance unless we specifically reject it. And unless we specifically sign this rejection form, which many of us do, because we're told that we'll save some money every month in premiums. What we don't think about is the consequence of rejecting that coverage. So I've spoken to many clients in my practice who are injured in a car accident and there's no insurance on the other side, right? They're injured by an uninsured motorist, and they say, okay, so what do I do? And the answer is there's nothing you can do unless you carry uninsured motorist coverage. So the way this coverage works is if I'm driving and I'm injured by an at-fault driver who does not carry car insurance, my own uninsured motorist coverage takes the place of the insurance that the at-fault driver does not have. It's very useful, and it really provides an extra layer of protection because estimates are that 13% of drivers in Louisiana on the road right now, that's like 1 in 8 drivers, are driving without car insurance. So I feel better when I drive or when I walk down the street because uninsured motorist coverage also covers me as a pedestrian if I'm injured, knowing that I have that coverage. An additional thing is many drivers in Louisiana carry minimum liability insurance coverage, usually of $15,000. And so if I'm injured and my leg is broken, or I suffer something incredibly painful, or I have a lot of medical bills to pay, that $15,000 is going to go really fast. So if that is the case, and my at-fault driver's liability policy caps off at $15,000, my uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage, is also called, then comes in for what my at-fault driver does not cover. So if my injuries are really worth $30,000 and my at-fault driver who caused my injuries only carries $15,000 of coverage, my uninsured motorist coverage will make up the difference. I see a lot of people injured a lot of times. I drive in Louisiana, and as anyone who drives here knows, you see an accident, almost every day. I'd say at least every other day. When I'm driving, living my life, I pass an accident on the streets. They happen all the time, and we don't want them to happen to us, but we need to be prepared for if they do. So when you are signing up for car insurance and you're signing all of these forms, my advice is don't sign the one that says I reject uninsured motorist coverage. Whatever savings you may make by not having this kind of coverage, it's not worth the coverage that you're losing and the peace of mind that you're losing when you don't carry it. If I were you, I would check my coverage today. If you don't know if you carry uninsured motorist coverage, call your car insurance company. All of this stuff is super boring, right? And complicated and sort of a pain. That's why you should leave this kind of work to a lawyer. If you're injured in a car accident, you should focus on healing. And you should let me talk to insurance companies on the phone, figure out what coverage there is and what coverage there isn't, schedule treatment for you, and do all of the work, file a lawsuit if necessary, to get you the maximum possible quantity at the end of the day. Because what I cannot do is make it so that you are never injured. The best I can do is try to get you the maximum compensation for the injuries that you've already suffered. If you're injured, don't handle it alone. Don't be a hero. Get a lawyer. I hope you call me. I'm Tom. Let's talk.